We have been having cabin fever lately. We had a huge snowstorm and ice storm here in the Portland metro area. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's going to be hit or miss today?
Oh, I don't know. I could see either. It's either a hit because like nobody else has been shopping for a week, and
maybe they've been cleaning out their closets because they've been snowed in too.
Or it's like a miss because like no one's been able to like donate, and a lot of employees haven't been able to go to work to be able to like process donations or
stock the shelves. I'm also worried it's going to be really crowded. So we're going to do our absolute best today to film in the stores as much as possible. All right, let's go check it out. Let's see what happens. There's a line for donating, so that's a good sign.
Full parking lot, so that's a bad sign.
Oy vey. This is gonna be wild in here, folks.
Change of plans.
Yep.
Donations, lines long, parking lot's full. It's gonna be pretty crazy here.
We were talking, we were like, you know what? All these small businesses have not had any customers for the last week too. And clearly the thrift stores are gonna be just fine. So we're gonna change things up today, and we wanna support our local small businesses. A lot of these people are our friends, and we just love this community. And we were just talking about it, and we were like, you know what? They've probably had a really rough week, no sales at all, because the majority of them don't sell online.
Closed because they couldn't even open their store.
There was no electricity, they couldn't get there, it wasn't safe. So we are gonna go to as many vintage shops as we can today. I like this idea.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Our first stop is Curiosities Vintage in Tigard, Oregon. This is the vintage mall that Jesse and I used to sell in when it was in Beaverton, Oregon. Okay, I think I need to buy something from Tom, who's from Scotland, for my trip to Scotland. Oh my gosh, this is so happening. Tom gets the best stuff. I was talking with him at our flea market we hosted this last summer. He was one of our vendors, and some of this is actually upcycled. Some of these pieces are made out of old scrap, which I think is just wonderful. Fits so good. How does it look?
It looks good, babe.
Imagine me in Scotland wearing this from Tom, who's Scottish. I'm excited.
That Mexican pottery cat.
It's pretty cute. It's a big one too. Love this painting. Is that original? I think it is. Yeah, it says original. Face painting, $68.95. I think my favorite part is the random bird right there on the shoulder, or on his head.
The shoulder of his head.
The shoulder of its head. I kind of like that. I think if we reframed it or maybe painted the frame black, that would look awesome. Look at this. It looks like a Lego cup. Like it's made out of Legos.
It looks like your tramp art stuff that you
Oh
like.
my gosh, it kind of does.
But like Lego tramp art.
Lego tramp art.
I mean, it is supposed to look like Legos.
Lego brick cup.
Yeah. You called it then.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to drink out of it. I feel like that would hurt your lips.
Well, it hurts your feet when you step on it. Imagine leaving this on the ground and you come walking on it.
Oh, I used to do that with Legos all the time.
Like some of this.
Oh, that could go in your office. That's fantastic. $48. Too expensive for your office, but it is fabulous.
My wife's giving me a budget now.
Jesse's on a budget. I can get the painting for, $80, but that's too much for a cat.
On a budget.
I think these might have been here last time too, but I love these mushroom bookends. I missed a pair when we were in Ohio. They were in the window. They were only $25, but they weren't open, and when they opened, they'd already been sold. Let's see if there's a price tag on that side. It's a team effort here. Whoa, Well, I should have got those ones for 25, it looks like. Ooh, baby, what is this? Artist signed vase. It's $165. That looks like SpongeBob SquarePants, doesn't it?
No, that looks like SpongeBob SquarePants is square and a sponge and
No,
has a face.
I don't mean the actual SpongeBob. I mean I'll pop in a picture of what I'm talking about. I think that SpongeBob was inspired by this
Do you
face.
want to see it?
I do. I want to see the bottom. It says artist signed. Is it the V, the signature? Maybe sometimes they're signed. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm not going to get it, but I want to take a picture of it so I can research it because I'd love to know who made that. That's really neat. Looks cozy. It's already got butt imprints.
It's like vintage IKEA.
Is it really?
Well, it's IKEA.
Well, IKEA didn't used to be such mass-produced. One of our favorite furniture pieces is actually vintage IKEA. This is a great space.
I used to have one of these.
You used to have one? Starlight flasher?
Well,
What's it for?
when I was a young hooligan,
I believe
they were
it.
doing construction on the street by my house.
Uh-huh.
'Cause This comes.
Did you steal something?
This was on the top of one of those like
Jesse Caldwell.
little construction stands or whatever, and I took it.
Did you give it back?
Sure.
Sure. I think you need to do something really good today to
I
make up
think
for
the
that bad
statute
karma.
of limitations has run out.
How old were you?
10 maybe.
Wow, you were a bad kid.
Feeling very industrial-ish.
You're feeling very industrial-ish.
Industrial-ish. I don't think that's a word.
We made it up. I love industrial.
I like lights.
Wouldn't that be cool above the door in the garage, actually? Not the big bay doors, but just the side
yeah.
door.
It'd be cool to point towards an exit. Yeah. I don't know about the garage though. I'm not really styling up the garage. I was thinking in the bedroom right above the door, that could just be glowing.
All night. No, absolutely not. Nope. The question is, what would you put in there?
This is better than kitchen utensils. This is for your private things.
Mm-hmm.
That as soon as you have this in your house, everyone's immediately gonna open and see what's in there.
Bakelite.
Bakelite,
Bakelite. Don't forget the
butterscotch, Bakelite.
Butterscotch Bakelite.
We had a big
Misunderstanding.
Bakelite misunderstanding.
I said
recently.
Bakelite, and then I thought he corrected me and said Bakelite, but
You
he
didn't leave enough pause in the syllables.
Okay,
You went
Bakelite.
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 And I said, no, you went like Bakelite.
Bakelite. Okay, we're gonna talk about this later. Right now, what we're going to talk about is this incredible pottery here. Both of these are awesome. Let's take a look at that one, since you're less clumsy than I am. So there's a lot of stuff to break here.
All right.
Okay, it is $42. Let's look at that signature.
Johansson.
Johansson.
Clearly.
We know what they paid for it.
Oh yeah, it's the
Thanks,
old
Goodwill.
GW marking.
They're so hard to get off, almost impossible. It's such a bummer that they do that. I think it's wonderful, and I want to know who Johansson is.
I don't know if it's
Is it Johnson?
Johnson.
Is that
Jensen?
Johnson? And you were just saying Johansson to make it sound Scandinavian?
It'd be
That's really-
Johansson.
Johansson, yes, like Jans, Johansson. This one's 62. Let me take a look at that. Sometimes it's actually easier to see through the lens. I think that says SER, Sir something, 84.
A knight made this?
Sir Neville. Sir Neville Longbottom. I think we're gonna pass on that one, even though I love that it has the lid. But for 42, I'm thinking that's absolutely worth it. I'm gonna have an open sign in the garage too. That one's cooler. Oh, it says close too. 1950. This vendor has been with Curiosity since all the way back when we were. And he has good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of really collectible things too.
I wonder if you'd take $19.50.
Doubt it.
That's really cool though. If I had a business, I would buy that in a second.
I would too.
Well, I mean,
we do have a business, but
like,
yeah.
like not a,
If we had a store.
yeah, you know what I mean.
I knew what you meant. Oh yeah, those are neat. $32.45 for the set of 3. Look at this massive ceramic vase. Wow, that is huge. I'm just kidding. That's not that dramatic.
I didn't even realize there was a mirror. It's like a really old Stretch Armstrong or something.
Stretch Armstrong?
Maybe not.
Is this a hat or a purse? Okay, it's not a hat or a purse. It's a tea cozy. I didn't see that coming.
You can put that on your head if you want.
No, I'm good. It looks a little scratchy. Bennett Welsh? I didn't know that was Bennett Welsh. That must be a really old signature because he,
1971.
yeah, he switched to a stamp. That's really neat. So he signed this one because I know they kept making his pottery after he passed away too. $28. That's a really good price for such an old one. Let's get that. This has always been one of my favorite spaces at Curiosities, even years ago. It's just
basket with a bone in it.
with the bone?
It's like it's from the Flintstones or something.
You know what? I like baskets, but I'm gonna pass on that one.
But
All I'm gonna think about is what is it? What part of the animal? What kind of animal? It should be buried or it's sacred.
the Flintstone basket, we're gonna pass on that.
We're gonna pass. That's a hard pass.
But we're getting your striped pottery.
Yep.
Okay,
Makes perfect sense
that's
to me.
fine.
Very logical. Look at this vase. Ooh, imagine the beautiful flower arrangements I could do in that.
It's kind of shallow. How do you get flowers in there?
It's a Japanese ikebana vase.
Oh,
You
you
put a little
stick your
flower
little
frog.
pointy
I have
thing
some
in
of them in
there?
our house. This one's $35. It's from 2004. And
do
it's
like
signed by the
those.
artist. You
I
do?
like those flower arrangements.
Yeah, that's not a bad price at all. If it was older, I would pick it up. It is 20 years old or 19 years old, which is, oh my gosh, it's 2024. That's 20 years old, folks. Wild. Why was that funny? Time. Such a weird thing. You see why this is my favorite space. Live edge
not
wood
this
everywhere.
Stupid thing.
Nope. Go Beavs. There's those. They were here last time. I love them. Oh my gosh, I was just there. That's Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. That's really neat. $65. I would love to go back in the spring or summer and see it green like that. Although I loved the snow. That's signed. Uh-oh. Price tag fell off. Not for sale on the easel. No toucan for us today. I am so pumped about this. It's from the 1970s. We got it from Tom's Space. He has the best stuff. And he's from Scotland. And I'm going to Scotland next week on a girls' trip. Jesse doesn't get to come. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't want to be too over the top, like I'm wearing a Scottish costume. You know, I wasn't going to wear a kilt. By the time this video comes out, I will be in Scotland. So I will pop in a picture of me in the new coat in Scotland. I love Curiosities. We got to see the owner, Travis, who we used to work with for years. So it was good catching up.
Next stop, Railroad Antiques in Sherwood.
Looks like pretty much all the snow's melted over here on this side of town. These are beautiful. Jesse, look. It's a sign. Scotch Highlands.
Higlands.
I wonder if...
There's no H. It's Higlands.
No, it's not. I wonder... Hey, they added an H there. Or no, that's an L. I know my letters. I wonder if I'm going to go there. Do you think I'm going to go there? I don't know if I'm going to go there. Look, it's E.T. This place is great. Our friend Chris was saying how much it's like a museum here. Everything is so incredibly curated. Yeah, he said it was a grown-up store, and we were like, oh, we'll try to pretend we're grown-ups.
Like, I wouldn't mind a neon ice cream cone inside.
That's fantastic. Wait, is that a brain? Oh, I thought it was a brain from like a doctor's office. Yeah, those are neat. I like this one, the little Sunday one.
Cool store.
That was a really cool store.
Yeah.
We didn't end up buying anything.
It was, what did Chris say? It was a grown-up store?
A grown-up store.
Really nice antiques.
Like, don't bring your kids.
Yeah.
But if you do, it's also okay because everything's up on the wall and in cases. It's like a museum.
It was good stuff. If you're a sign guy, I'm not a sign guy. I could be a sign guy, but I'm not a sign guy.
You could be? What would it take to make you a sign guy?
Like a good bankroll, probably.
You have an appreciation for it.
I do.
For sure.
I like looking at signs, which is kind of why they were made, I guess, right?
They were made for you to look at them.
So
This is true.
I guess they're doing their job. I like it. There's like an ice cream cone neon sign in there.
Yeah, you could just imagine that being in like a 1950s diner.
Right.
You're sitting on a little spinning bar stool at the counter. It's all red and black and white.
Yeah, I don't have a 1950s diner.
You do not. We were talking about though.
Don't have the bankroll either. So I'm not a sign guy.
So someday Jesse's goal in life, maybe, is to be a sign guy. Like that's what you want out of life, to be a sign guy. And I want to be twirling around in the Highlands in my coat in Scotland.
Maybe I'm the guy that if you are a sign guy, you hire me to see if I look at your signs. Because if I look at your signs, that
Wait a
means
second. Did
your
you
signs
literally
are good.
just say like what your job actually is? You're gonna be a sign analyst.
Yeah, I'm a sign looker.
This guy is
I'm
an
a-
analyst for like reels. Like that's what he does. I don't really know what he does, but he analyzes things. And
Chandler Bing job. No one knows what I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can be a sign looker. I just look at your signs.
and you give him like a rating scale, and you can be like on color, on like attraction from 100 distance, like 100-foot distance.
Like it's a whole scale. You're like, okay, how long does he stand there and look at it?
Okay.
How long does it hold his attention?
What is the first thing you think of when you see it? Is it nostalgic? Does it remind you of things that smell good or taste good or feel good? I like
So,
this. This is a new business model.
Any of
for
you
us.
are a sign guy.
Hire this guy.
I'm your sign looking guy. Let's get together and I can help you out.
We are now headed to the nearby city of Newberg, Oregon, and there is a Goodwill that we're going to stop at, even though we're supporting small businesses today, because we never get out to Newberg anymore, and I found some really good things at this Goodwill before. So we're going to pop in there real quick, and then we're going to head to a couple vintage stores. Let's do it. Starting on the good aisle. We got it all to ourselves, even though it's very busy in here. Nice little ginger jar, made in Japan, $3.99. Does that make you happy every day when you see
It's
it?
like a chia pet. So I know it's trendy now to actually eat chia seeds, but back in the day, you used to spread them on your own hair.
I put chia seeds in my smoothies all the time, and on my yogurt. Check this out. Someone painted a rock, and yes, I am very aware that Goodwill's selling a rock for $4.99. But there's art on the rock. Someone did a Hamza hand. It's better than I could do, that's for sure. I like this. It's only $2.99. It's a really pretty color of blue. Hey, it matches my nails. Green is the color that's half off, so that's
this?
worth $2.99. I do. Thank you. What is it with?
Jeez.
What is going on? Every time I go out with you, I see these everywhere now.
The
These are insulators. What? I never ever see these. And now I think every trip we've gone on. This is weird.
I know, it is.
That's weird. There's always a theme, but that's a weird one. You guys, these are Jesse's penguin ice bucket. That's ragu. That's beautiful.
It's what? Ragu?
It's ragu. It is not ragu. That's a ragu.
Oh.
I'll show you. I'll show you when we get home.
Okay.
$6.99. That's a good one.
Keeper?
It's the way that it's fired in a fast, hot heat. It's actually pretty amazing. Put those together so someone buys them both.
Are you staging Goodwill shows now?
No, but I've done it before. One time I staged an end cap. It just wasn't looking so good and I was having fun, so I don't think they mind. Don't worry, I will not make you get a new fruit basket. That's fantastic. What does that say? Made in Spain. I love this. Very brutalist. It's $6.99. It's nice and heavy too. I love it. Okay, this is cast iron.
What is it?
It's $7.99. I don't know what you would make in it, but I want to know for some reason.
Like a tart?
Yeah, that'd be delicious. Old Mountain 2012. Maybe we could make a quiche.
Here's what I do know, is I don't think you're ever gonna get that glitter out of there.
Oh no, there's glitter. I mean, a good scrubbing? No?
I think there's glitter at our house from
Like 3 Christmases
3
ago.
decades ago.
We will never do glitter anything ever again.
Educate me.
Jesse wants to be educated. So raku pottery is actually a very old Japanese style of making ceramics, and I think it dates all the way back to the 16th century. Maybe when we're in Japan we can learn a little bit more about it. But basically the process of firing, it takes like an hour or 2 hours versus the traditional 24 hours because they take this out of the kiln when it's really hot, like red hot, and then they put it in something like sawdust or newspaper where it can catch fire. And there's probably lots of different ways of exactly how to make it. Cool thing about it is that even the artist doesn't know exactly how it's going to turn out every time. So it's different every time. Each piece is unique.
So like where it looks like it's bleeding over the line here, like that's all...
That's normal. That doesn't mean that it's like a poor quality made piece or anything. And I've also heard that if you leave this in sunlight, it'll oxidize over time. So it's kind of cool. It changes. Some people want the change to it. It's kind of like a patina on brass or copper. Some people don't want the change to it, and so they want to keep it out of the sunlight. Any guesses what the cast iron's for? I know because I Googled it.
Cheese wedges.
No.
Pie pieces. Just if you want like an individual pie piece. Like let's say you're like in the mood for a pie.
Okay.
But you're like, I can't eat a whole pie. It's
I'm just gonna
me.
make a slice of pie.
I'm gonna make a slice of pie.
You know what?
Just bake a slice of pie.
I would like to see you make a
its own.
slice of pie. No, it's for scones or cornbread. And I want to use it for scones because I love scones and I've never made them at home. You want to make a cornbread
Yeah,
with
that
it?
sounds a lot better than scones.
I think we can do both.
Opinion. We can do both.
We can definitely do both.
How about half cornbread, half scones?
That sounds great. There's these olive oil scones. I know it sounds a little weird, but I think they're rosemary and olive oil. I really want to make those. At Thanksgiving, we had a corn contest.
We had a corn off.
We did, between my dad and Jesse, and I think it's now an annual tradition.
I went head to head with
my
my father-in-law.
And not only did he lose, like outstandingly, that's the antique store we're gonna go to.
Oh, yeah.
We just passed it. But he lost so bad that who'd you vote for?
I got kicked out of the family.
No,
now
he didn't.
I can't come to dinners anymore.
No, but who'd you vote for?
I brought shame among the family.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for your dad.
Yeah.
It was way better.
Yeah.
Mine just didn't turn out at all.
We can't win every time. $14, not bad. There's a pair of them. $28 for the pair. They don't look that old, but I do kind of like that style. Look at this cat.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like the whole frame, all of it. It looks like it's Chinese cloisonne. That's only $10. Oh, let's get it.
No, but you can see through it.
Oh, that's neat. It's sheer. What is that? Is that silk thread? Oh my goodness. This is so sheer. You can barely see the holes, but I think that's actually needlepoint or needlework. That's neat. Oh my God, I didn't even see there was a bug.
Little mantis.
Yeah, I like this. Obviously, you could take the beautiful artwork out and put your own picture too, but I think the cat's fun. Holy figurines. I have one of those.
Isn't it black?
It is.
Black Scotty.
Yeah, had it for a long time actually. Look at this fiber art. It's only $34. That's a really good price. I like that each tree is out of a different material too. Oh, that's gonna be fun to style.
One has small heads.
I have a small head. You look funny in that. It's like an adventure hat, a cowboy hat.
My brain's too big, so my head's...
Oh, okay. Are you calling my brain small? I think it's Kaiser. Yeah, it is. That's really pretty, and it's only $20. This is kind of interesting for still life art. It's got 2 jugs.
For what?
For still life art. I mean, they're still.
That's what my life looks like.
This is a pretty box. Nice folk art, hand painted. That's beautiful. $20. I think that's worth $20.
Is it worth more than $20?
that's actually a very valid point. Yes, I think that's worth $52. That's Laura's valued price.
Does this come up?
Just got kind of put on a little bit crooked. This is the analyst. He's analyzing it. Does it come off? What is the anticipated value?
What is the functional value? Like, what would we use this for? Oh no. it
Oh,
doesn't
what
really
would you
come.
use it for? Let's hear what Jesse
What
meant.
would I use it for? I wouldn't use it. That's the problem.
I think it's beautiful.
But somebody else is going to use it,
That's right.
and that's fantastic.
And now you've analyzed it.
There's a lot of things that I use that no one else would use, so I'm not going to judge.
Good for you. Look at this wooden bowl. That's interesting. Vintage MCM. Teak made in Thailand. $67. Huh, I've never seen one like that. I think it's priced accordingly. Just, you know, Laura's evaluation. Look at these. These are sterling filigree shoes.
Are those your size?
Oh my god, they're not for wearing. Those are really beautiful. I've never seen that before
Why would
either.
you have shoes that you wouldn't wear?
All right, help me out, people. Are these for a doll or are they? I don't know. Just
That doll has really long feet. Would you wear these?
I would wear those.
They're actually made in England, Doc Martens.
The real ones. What
And they
size are
still
they?
do make new ones, some of them in England. They cost more if they're made in England. But yeah, $300.
$300?
These are old. These
These
are
are
probably from the
300.
90s.
Oh, they're 180. Should I wear that?
Should
Is
you
that,
wear
is
this
this-
with your new jacket?
is that too much? Yeah, that'd be too much.
I feel like that's like
I love being too
that's
much
Scottish
sometimes.
camouflage.
Oh my gosh, maybe. Except you definitely wouldn't blend in.
Stuff your hat.
No, no. I do like denim. I love denim. I want some patchwork denim. That's actually what I'm looking for. Ew, here's patchwork denim.
Vest.
That's kind of cute, but I don't
This is
wear
new.
vests.
It's not vintage either.
It's new?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I'm not a vest person.
Look at this quilty jacket thing.
You love me getting
I love
quilty
quilts.
jackets. You do love quilts.
I have
That's
a
your
quilt
thing.
thing.
You do have a quilt thing.
They're cozy.
Somebody made this, though. I think this is handmade.
Somebody made everything.
Oh my gosh, it's anthropology. Just kidding.
It's reversible.
Nobody should listen to me
Patchwork.
anymore. $800 Moroccan. Probably has lots of secret drawers too. Wine bottle holder. So you just set the wine bottle on it. I'd probably put a candle on it. What?
It's like a coaster for a wine bottle.
Hey, you might need one. $150. I like it. I like bent wood things.
brother used to have one of these dudes.
Oh, the science guy?
Yeah. You see his little bones and veins and all sorts of stuff. I feel like though that you're supposed to also like it's a model, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're supposed to like paint the organs and stuff.
Oh,
too,
like different
right?
colors.
Yeah. It used to kind of creep me out because I'd be like that. I was young and I would be just like, that's.
When you learn what's
It's
inside
like
of
a
us.
inside of a person. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I feel like my dad might have left books around when he was in mortician school. So I think I know more than I should about that stuff.
Yeah. How'd you miss these salt and pepper shakers? They're your favorite,
I do love salt and pepper shakers.
right? These are kind of cool.
They're not bad. They're not like overwhelmingly awesome though. Wait, I thought you didn't like things that told you what to.
It just says P and S.
Oh,
You can
so
put
that's
anything
acceptable.
that starts with a P or an S in here.
Just no word.
Correct. Like, I want to put saffron and pumice.
Paprika.
Oh, there you go. That makes a lot more sense than pumice.
Are those actual weights?
I feel like it's like,
Juggling?
yeah, kind of like these are little juggling deals, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what, do you juggle those?
Wait, let's see what the tag says. Vintage wood dumbbells.
Oh,
How heavy is it? Let's see.
what if I can't lift it? and
That's
everyone's
gonna be
know that I'm,
embarrassing.
like a weenie.
I'll laugh at you.
Okay.
Just kidding, I won't laugh at you. How many pounds would you say?
I don't know, 150 probably.
Yeah, right. I bet. Let me see. I can tell you.
5 pounds.
Because I do a lot of shipping. No, that's like more like 4 pounds. Just kidding. It's 5 pounds. Because it's not 10 and it's not 1. I feel like they wouldn't make a 3-pound weight.
You don't know.
I don't know. Those are cool. If you just only need a little 5 pounds, yeah, you can get some buff arms. I don't like matchy-matchy things, but I like the gin one. Do you think that'd be a good gift for our friend Aaron, who always does warm brandy for Christmas? Would he use that? Yeah. Do you like the gin one?
Not really.
Sorry, I forgot you don't like things to tell you what to put in them.
Well, I like to know how much gin I have left too.
Oh
and
my
I can't really
gosh.
see.
Oh my gosh. So I have a really beautiful painting, but I swear it's exactly this, same colors. So now I think it's a famous painting. So I've got to do some research on mine. I don't think mine's a famous painting. I think mine's a copy of a famous painting. You want some buddies for your gnomes? I was just hoping so bad that this SpongeBob would have had the artwork, but kind of like on his pants. See his pants? Patrick's pants.
Oh, Patrick's pants. Okay.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, little SpongeBobby.
Yeah.
A little bit. Look at him run, look at him run. He just said, ooh. Speaker, I think. What is it? What year is it?
What year is it? I don't know. It's probably the 80s.
80s, because it's got
70s.
cassettes. Sound sign?
Sound
design.
Sound design.
It's kind of confusing, all right? For
Take a light.
Take a light. Take a light. This is Italian. It's a little too traditional for me, but Italia. Dude, that is not nice. I do not like that. Who made that? Why would you do that?
It's Italian. I think it's Potosi.
It is not. Those are awful. No, they're awful. I can't even.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. Let's go to a happy pig instead. Look at this enamel. It's like a
Yeah.
candle holder. I love that. It's not signed, but I feel like it's good. It's a nice one. It's really well made. Oh, it's broken. That's too bad. It's only $1.99. We picked up some really wonderful jewelry items and the pricing was amazing. This sterling and onyx ring was only $16, $5 for sterling earrings, $7 for turquoise earrings, $17, $30, $8 for sterling earrings. Look at this amazing box. $10, $9 for earrings, $11, $35, $30. Amazing pricing, well over the 50% margins that are needed for me to purchase jewelry. I'm gonna get these tags off and talk a little bit more about them. I know that many of you are also vintage resellers or you're looking to get into vintage reselling, and that's why you're watching my videos. And so I wanted to do something a little bit different because I know that this is helpful for a lot of you. I wanted to go ahead and pop in what these items sold for. Typically, I try to put out my videos before my shop sales happen, but in this case, I didn't get it out in time, and I really wanted to show you what I ended up selling some of these items for. These are modern earrings. They're not that old, but I love the design. They have a patinaed look to them. They're wishbone shaped, and then the bottoms are wrapped in brass wire and they have little stones dangling from them. I thought those were really fun, something different, and I always like to offer some jewelry at a lower price point than the sterling and turquoise. The majority of this jewelry did end up selling the day that I listed it, and this stunning ring was one of the first to sell. This is a fabulous little trinket pill box, and it's got inlaid stones. I believe that this is a Zuni made piece. I love minty green turquoise stones. This one's really pretty with that open work design. And look at this stone. Isn't that incredible? It's got gold rivers running through it. I just love natural stones so much. This is a fabulous cuff. I like these longer and more dramatic rings. This one's got coral and turquoise in it, and it's all sawtooth set in that snake eye look. This cuff is really heavy. You can't tell in the video, but it's thick sterling silver. And all of this turquoise is inlaid so that it is flush. But the back is actually my favorite part of this cuff. And this is also a Zuni crafted ring. It is a rainbow dancer, or also called a rainbow man. And all of the turquoise, coral, mother of pearl, and black onyx stones are very precisely cut and inlaid. Wonderful craftsmanship on that. I love this shadow box ring. It's got some hand stamped design in it and a beautiful turquoise stone on a split shank band. Several pairs of earrings. These are screwback earrings with turquoise beads on the bottom. And then these earrings have little black onyx stones and a feather hanging from them. Some beautiful small concho style earrings, multi-stone turquoise ring. All of these are all sawtooth set, and a solid sterling cigar style kind of bohemian design ring. So that is the jewelry. I hope that seeing how much things actually sold for was helpful. Let me know what you think of this jewelry haul in the comments below. Here's what I'm thinking of doing with this. I really like this art piece, but it's just not working with this frame. I feel like if the frame was black, or maybe I put it into a black metal frame, I think it would look a little bit more high-end and modernist. I would love to hear your opinion in the comments below. Do you think I need to reframe this? And what do you think of the art piece in general?
are you doing?
Well, whenever I pull out vintage in the car, like this coat, it always makes things float around. And then people think I have magical powers and that I have orbs always in my car. Really, it's just dust from old things.
What did Chris say? It was a grown-up store?
A grown-up store?
Adult store?
Uh-huh.
It was. Well, it wasn't an adult store. It sounded weird. It was
I'm cutting that.
It was a grown-up store.
You're going to Edinburgh? Except he said it with a Scottish accent, not that.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm really, really bad at accents.